Hello and welcome to Vlogmas with Alicia. This is day 3 and let's get started. Today's video is going to be gift ideas that I would give to an indie author. This is someone who is maybe established as an author even though they're an indie author, or for authors who are just starting out. Maybe they didn't publish their first book yet. Maybe they published their first book recently. These gifts will help you give that indie author a push to continue writing, continue in their journey. And these are some gifts that I, as an indie author, would like. Quick disclaimer. So everything that I'm about to discuss is linked in the description box below. It is an affiliate link. So all that means is that when you use my link to purchase from Amazon, I just get a small commission and it's at no additional cost to you. But by using my link, they kind of reward me a little bit of commission. So thank you for using the link in the description box below. First on our list is a coffee mug. Of course, your indie author would want a coffee mug. They could put coffee, they could put tea, they could put some tequila or bourbon in there. They could put whatever they want just for a quick pick-me-upper for those late night writing sessions or those early morning writing sessions. The coffee mug will be perfect for your indie author. Link in the description box below for coffee mug. You don't have to use the one that I'm sending you to, but if you just follow that link and pick whichever you like, I'm sure you can find a mug for your indie author. And they come in all shapes and sizes. You can personalize them. You can add different quotes, or say if it's some action words that you want to put on there. Make it as unique to your indie author as possible. I promise you they're going to love it. So, number 1 on our list, coffee mugs. So, number 2 is a journal. Of course, any indie author would want a journal. I know for me, sometimes these great ideas come to me when I am out in public. I could be driving on the road. I could be in the shower. I could just be out hanging with friends and these ideas would come to me. And so your indie author would love to have a journal for those moments where they can find some time and jot those things down before they forget. We know we're getting older, we're getting wiser, and we'll remember it. Hour, 2 hours later, we forgot what we were supposed to remember. So a journal will be best for your indie author. And then also, if they don't want to use it for brain dumping, they can use it to plan out their books. Say they already have the idea in their mind and all they need to do is write the beginning, middle, and end. They can use this journal and they'll have the journal to look back on and to see how their story developed or changed or was rewritten from what's on the journal to what's actually in the book. So, number 2 is a journal for your indie author, and it is linked down below. Next on our list is a candle. Now, this is different for every person, but you would know what scent your indie author likes. Me personally, I love fruity scents. I love scents that reminds me of the woods, whether it's pine, whether it's trees, whether it's actual wood scented. I do love apple cinnamon scent as well. I'm kind of enjoying that more this year. But a scented candle is perfect for your indie author because when we're writing, we like to set the mood. We might have some instrumentals going, but we definitely will have a scented candle or some type of aroma in the room. And you know what? That could possibly make it in our book. Maybe, the scene that we're working on, that's a hint or a reminder of what's going on in the scene, would be that scented candle, whatever that scent is, or maybe our main character smells like that. But whatever it is, get a scented candle for your indie author this Christmas, and I promise you, you're going to make their day. Again, link is in the description box below. There's so many out there. Get a few, get 5, whatever you feel deemed necessary for your indie author. All right, you ready for the next one? Next, we have headphones, specifically noise canceling headphones. Why, you may ask? Because sometimes we're writing in public. We're writing at our favorite restaurant. We're writing at our favorite coffee shop. Sometimes we might even go to the park and write, or to the beach and write. We're writing in public, and in public it's noisy. And so for noise canceling headphones, we are able to be in a noisy environment but still be focused on what we're writing. And so that will be perfect for your indie author. Now, the link that's in the description box below, I'm navigating you to my favorite color, which is purple headphones. But of course, you do not have to get purple headphones for your indie author. Get their favorite color, get a black, because it goes with everything. Whatever you feel is best for your indie author, do that. Me personally, I would want purple headphones because I like to have purple accessories. So again, noise canceling headphones for your indie author. Now we have a clock. And I know we have clocks on our phone, but you know what? A physical clock is so much better because we're able to see the minute go, we're able to see the hour go by, but also get a clock that has a timer, because sometimes we like to have writing sprints, and all writing sprints is just setting a specific amount of time that we're going to do nothing but write. And when that timer go off, then that's a reward for us, and we can do whatever we want to do, right? We can probably watch our favorite episode, we could read our favorite book, we could reward ourselves because we spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever time frame that we set for ourselves to just write our book. Because sometimes we need that reassurance, we need that item to just make it hard for us, where all we have to do is just write. On our phone, it's a distraction. But if we have a physical clock, then we set it, place it to the side, and it's going to go off when the timer is up, right? So I saw a cute clock that I'm linking down in the description box. Again, you do not have to get that one, but get your indie author a physical clock so that they can keep track of how long they sit and they write in their book. I don't care if your indie author published 10 books already. We still need that mandatory time set aside to just write, because life be lifing for your indie author as well. So get that physical clock. Now we have a tote bag. Of course, if we're going to be at the beach, if we're going to be at our favorite restaurant, if we're going to the park, or if we're going to a coffee shop, we need to put all this stuff in, right? So a tote bag is perfect for your indie author. They could put their laptop, or if they're writing on an iPad, they could put that in the tote bag. They could put the journal in there. They can even put that physical clock in there, their headphones. They could put these items in their tote bag to travel with them. Of course, you do not have to get the exact one that's in the link down below, but get your indie author a tote bag because they will love it. They will enjoy it, and it is the perfect gift for this Christmas. The next gift that will be perfect for your indie author is a 2-night stay at a fancy hotel nearby. A lot of times indie authors have other jobs or other responsibilities. They may be mothers, they may be fathers, and so allowing them a 2-night stay at a hotel is giving them the opportunity to just leave their element, leave their environment, and go into a new environment to hopefully have a realization of what's going on in their book. They're able to think clearly. They don't have any responsibilities that they have to tend to. If you are able, a bonus is going, maybe allowing them to go out of the state or out of the country for a week or so. Just allowing that time where they're able to just devote to writing. They don't have to worry about getting the kids, picking them up from school, whatever their responsibilities are. They don't have to worry about that. So a good gift is a 2-night stay at a hotel. Next, we have office accessories. So more than likely, your indie author already has a laptop. Maybe they work from a desktop computer. So these office accessories will be beneficial for your indie author. An office supply that would help your indie author is a laptop stand. A laptop stand is we're able to prop our laptop up. That'll help with our posture, that'll help with our wrist. More than likely, a lot of times, an author is writing solely on their laptop, or majority of the time that they're writing is on their laptop versus a desktop computer. And so that is because laptops are so mobile. We can sit on the couch when we want to. We can sit at our dining room table. We could go in our bedroom. We could go and take it outside the house. And so a laptop stand that's portable is great for us to put into the tote bag and travel with us with our laptop. Another office accessory is a chair. Like I said, some do have or work out of a desktop computer. Nothing wrong with that. And so while we're there, we want a comfortable chair. We as writers don't realize how much time has passed until we look up and it's pitch black outside. So we can spend hours upon end writing, editing, researching our book. And so a comfortable chair will help us with our posture. It'll help us just to feel comfortable, and so that we're not stiff, because if we're focused on what our body is feeling, we're not really paying too much attention on what the story is saying. And so a comfortable chair is great for your indie author. And then the last office accessory that'll be best is an ergonomic keyboard. Of course, I mentioned about the wrist. We're typing upon in hours and hours of typing. An ergonomic keyboard is beneficial when it comes to your indie author. So the 3 links will be in the description box below. Check those out. Again, you don't have to get that particular one, but I did the research. I looked at the reviews. They seem like credible people. I would recommend them. That's why I have the link. But if you see something different, by all means, get it for your indie author. Another great idea for your indie author this Christmas is to have food delivered to their house. If you live with this indie author, maybe cooking them a meal, or even if you don't live with this indie author, cooking them a meal and then delivering it to their house is very beneficial. Oftentimes we get so wrapped up in our story, especially when the story is just flowing through us and we don't want to stop. We forget to eat. Sometimes we even forget to use the bathroom. We're just holding the RP, TMI, right? But we may just be holding RP because we don't want to stop. We feel like if we move away from what we're doing, the flow, the creative juices is going to escape us. And so now we're just squirming in our seat because we got to use the bathroom, or our stomach is growling because we haven't ate all day, but we don't want to stop yet because we know if we stop, it's just going to change everything. And so ordering food for them, having it delivered to their house, or if you can, cook for them, deliver it to their house, or if you live with that person, cook for them, deliver it to wherever they're sitting at, is very helpful and thoughtful when it comes to doing something for your indie author. Last thing I would recommend for your indie author is a gift card to a bookstore. A lot of times we get our creativity from books. Usually authors are readers themselves, and so when they can just go into a world that's made up and just kind of immerse themselves in that world, it helps their creative flow as well. No, we're not copying what we're reading, but we are pulling ideas from what we are reading. And so giving a gift card to your indie author for a bookstore is helpful. You have tons and tons of bookstores. You have your local bookstores, you have your mainstream bookstores. Finding a bookstore that maybe they love to go to, or maybe one that they haven't went to before, and getting a gift card for them is helpful, and it is a very creative idea for your indie author. We have reached the end of these gift ideas for your indie author. Hopefully one, if not all of them, helped you into finding a gift idea for your indie author. Let me know in the comments below if you used any of these or if you've already thought of these. And if I missed something, put that in the comments as well. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being a part of this Vlogmas with Alicia. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're looking forward to more videos of Vlogmas with Alicia, then check this video out right here. And then without further ado, I will see you in the next one. Merry Christmas, everyone.